David here with another video, and today I'm going to tell you my favorite things to do on a surf skate when I'm just out cruising. Going to my local bike path and just pumping and cruising my surf skate is so fun for me. It's mostly flat and featureless with some gentle inclines, and I have a blast riding it for a couple hours at a time. While I'm on a ride, I make my rides more interesting by throwing in some very basic maneuvers that make cruising more fun and interesting for me. What makes a cruiser move really fun is something I can do consistently, maneuvers that feel relatively effortless, and tricks that I don't have to slow down to do because I like to maintain my speed, momentum, and flow. These maneuvers just add some extra fun and variety to my surf skate cruising. I genuinely think that most anyone who can ride a surf skate at least somewhat comfortably can begin trying all of these maneuvers today. My number one favorite cruiser move is manuals. I love manuals because I can try these from my normal riding stance. I don't think they are too intimidating to attempt, even at moderate to higher cruising speeds. I love coming up to a cracker feature in a sidewalk, lifting up into a manual, and looking ahead for another feature to see if I can hold it to that point. And if I don't make it, it doesn't matter. Beginners can start today with just putting your feet in a comfortable position and just trying to lift the front wheels a little, and as you get comfortable, you can play with the balance and try holding them for longer. Next up is power slides and speed checks. All I'm doing is throwing my weight onto the front truck and kicking my rear wheels out for a short no-handed slide. It's also functional for controlling speed down steeper terrain. I enjoy the sound of the wheels sliding, and the feeling is really fun for me. Next up is cross-stepping and hanging 10. To me, these two maneuvers go hand in hand, and I find them fun because I don't need to slow down, and it's just learning the balance, but it's not really a lot of effort. I had never tried these until a few months ago, and I was nervous to learn because I was afraid I'd fall awkwardly with my legs crossed. I learned these by putting a deck with no wheels on the ground and practicing the motion while intentionally trying to keep my weight very centered. It feels different when moving, but practicing on a deck on the ground teaches some muscle memory for learning where to put your feet on the board as you cross step. To hang 10 after cross stepping, I just simply walk up to the nose and then ride with my feet together at the front. Body varials and lookbacks. A body varial is just jumping up and doing a 180 over your board and landing backwards. This is another maneuver that can be practiced on a deck with no wheels. Frequently after I body varial and I'm riding backwards, I'll just throw in a little look back where I just position my head and body totally backwards, and it's a surprisingly fun experience to look backwards while riding and watch the landscape and scenery drift away from you. Next up is ghost rides. I really enjoy these and I do them all the time. The only skill to learn here is running and jumping onto your board. You can first learn these on a flat deck on the ground with no wheels and learn where to land your feet as you jump on, and then you can practice onto your board while it's stationary, and then start trying these ghost rides as you're rolling. Last but not least, pumping and carving. This should seem painfully obvious, but I have a ton of fun mixing up the way that I pump and carve while I'm out on a ride. Surf skates lend themselves really well to drawing out big carves as well as small tight carves, and I just vary these throughout my ride to make it more interesting and engaging. I find I can use my whole body from my ankles and legs all the way up to my torso, shoulders, and arms. Being able to move in such a variety of ways makes a ride really interesting, engaging, and overall very fun. Most everything else I do is just a variation or combination of these maneuvers. Here's some honorable mentions that I sometimes play with while I'm out on a cruise, but I don't consider these my favorite because I find them hard to be a bit consistent with. They take too much effort, or I have to slow down in order to feel comfortable attempting these.